House of Pache. Book of Sariya. Chapter 2. Hours earlier. Like, comment, subscribe. Buy me a coffee. Book available on Amazon.
I saw it. The figure who haunts the shadows, the subject of the cautionary tales our fathers told at bedtime to ensure we slept peacefully. As children, these stories portrayed him as a protector from the fears conjured by our overactive bedtime imaginations. As we aged, the narratives took on a more sinister tone, filled with horror and dread, warning us never to disobey the laws of God. For those who transgressed, his judgment would be swift and merciless. Homes set ablaze, men and women ripped from their slumbers, disappearing forever into the inky blackness without a single witness left behind. Entire clans of tyrants struck down mid-plunder, none surviving to describe the force that descended upon them. To some, he is an avenging angel, a monster that crawls the night, hunting evil. They can smell it seep from our pores. Maybe the air around would grow thick and oppressive, laden with a scent that defied natural explanation. No one knows, but it's said, the more transgressions, the heavier the smell, and the easier you are to find. To others, he is death itself, Erebus, the Reaper, as some call him. I had lived an upright life, hoping never to cross paths with such an entity. But fate, it seems, is inescapable. I saw him. The memory is seared into my mind, that bitter cold winter morning when the world seemed entombed in ice. My ragged breaths puffed out in frozen clouds as the frigid air burned my nostrils. The pristine snow blanketed the forest in a thick, smothering silence, undisturbed by human footprints along the roadside. Each crystalline flake glistened like diamonds in the pale sunset light, as if nature itself had adorned the scene with a million tiny jewels. Our theater company was traveling from the Highlands to Masona, having just completed a successful run of performances. We were eager to descend from the biting mountain air to more temperate climates. The impresarios had crammed us into the transport carriages like sardines, sparing no expense to maximize profits. So it came as no surprise that one of the lead coaches broke down later in the day. The crack of a broken wooden wheel echoed through the frozen silence like a gunshot. We were forced to a halt, our breath billowing around us as we shivered in the biting cold. The women huddled together for warmth while the men set to repairing the damage. Restless and eager to get the blood flowing again, I ventured out to stretch my legs and check on their progress. As I approached the crippled carriage, the men were backing away, making room for a solitary cloaked figure who had stopped to offer his aid. Laughter and grateful chatter soon filled the air once more. We were performers, not cartwrights. The stranger had the wheel repaired in a trice, his deft movements never faltering despite the bulky gloves muffling his hands. Relief came over the group, knowing our journey would soon resume. Pleased with the news, I stepped away from the group, needing to draw a few deep breaths of the crisp, pine-scented air before returning to the stuffy confines of the carriage. As the men dispersed, it appeared the repairs were finally finished, when Fark's voice rang out, "Sariya!" flashing that disarming grin. "Hurry back. We must get in our carriage. The coachmen are eager to get moving again." Fark caught up to me, draping an arm around my shoulders in a charming attempt to share his warmth on our walk back. He was such a shameless flirt that all the women in the company fawned over him like an enchantment. Why I never fell under his spell remains a mystery to this day. He seemed to possess it all. Rugged good looks, confidence in spades, even worked one of the higher positions in the troupe. Leaning in as if to share a secret, Fark lowered his voice to an intimate murmur. his tone taking on that unmistakable air of charisma that made my pulse quicken despite my best efforts. You know you're my favorite out on that stage. The lead may be Verlaine, but when you're out there, all eyes are fixed on you, love. I replied with a polite giggle, flattered despite myself even as I batted away the familiar flutter of attraction. We all know that's not true, Fark. Oh, but it is. He chuckled, that spark of conviction dancing in his eyes. Next time, take a look out at the audience when you're performing, and you'll see every enraptured gaze drinking you in. Our flirtatious banter was diverted by someone that hurried past, forcefully shoving between us with little care. Instinctively, we both turned to see who had been so careless in the crowded road. Apologies. A slow, rumbling voice, like mountain thunder, intoned. What happened after this run-in forever changed my perception of this world.
Next, Chapter 3, Awoken from the Underworld. Book available on Amazon. Buy me a coffee. Support me and the channel to create more content. Go to the link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. House of Pache. Book of Sariya.